Greetings! Today is Dreadnought Day. About a year ago it was Bluebeard's Revenge Day. Today it'll be Dreadnought. I'll do a full-on shave with all Dreadnought products. People talk about shave of the day. Today's shave of the day is everything Dreadnought. The razor, the brush, the cream, pre-post, all of it. Even the deodorant. So we're going to get into that. And just a little backstory is that Bluebeard's Revenge shaving cream from the UK was released in the US a while ago, and some sort of a trademark infringement or some kind of a dispute, don't want to get into that, and they were taken back. Now they've been re-released as Dreadnought. And again, one of the coolest logos in the industry right here. How can you not love that? And what is a Dreadnought? Number one, it's a person who fears nothing. Number two, it's one that is among the largest and most powerful of its kind. But let's get into the shaving. Okay, what you want to do is take a shower first. You want to hydrate your beard. If you got dry whiskers is similar to slicing off copper wire. So you want to make sure your whiskers are hydrated and lubricate them properly so that they get sliced off nice and clean by the Dreadnought, the mighty Dreadnought razor. So what I'll do is I've taken a shower. I've got a good growth on my beard today. We're going to try and go from looking scruffy and rough to looking smooth and buff in about 10 minutes. So what I'll do is I scrubbed up my beard in the shower. I have one of those little scrubby things, or you can use a washcloth just to clean it thoroughly, and that'll help raise the whiskers. So I'll just hold a hot towel up to it for a second. That'll just hydrate the whiskers properly. Soak it with hot water. I like my water hot as I can stand it. And then what I'll do is, this is the Dreadnought, this is pre-shave oil. You'll apply this. It comes in a nice cap that you just pop it open. I'll put a little bit into my fingers like so, and then just thoroughly rub that together, massage that into my beard. Anything that you can put on your beard prior to shaving will really assist in keeping the irritation at bay. I even like to add a little bit of hot water just to the mix, just to make sure that the whiskers are nice and warm. Okay, so that's rubbed in. I'll grab my fingers off a little bit, and then immediately after that, I will take here's the Dreadnought brush. I had it soaking in some hot water. So I'll do is open up the can of Dreadnought shaving cream right here. And I'll just swirl the brush in the cream, just so I coat the tips a little bit, like so. And here I have by the way, I didn't introduce myself. I'm geofatboy from Shave Nation Shaving Supplies, shavenation.com. Here's a buffalo horn bowl. Fits in the palm of your hand perfectly. I'll mix my lather in this bowl. Just commence to mixing in the Dreadnought shaving cream directly in the bowl. And it'll take a few seconds. It'll take about a minute usually. And what I like to do is also just add just a dab of hot water, and that'll help build your lather. You can see the lather starts to come up on the sides of the bowl, so I'll just scoop that back down in and keep lathering in a circular motion like so. And you'll see it building more and more. So the elapsed time may be a minute or so. You'll get yourself a nice lather from the Dreadnought cream. enough to provide you with enough lather for 2 or 3 passes without a problem. There you go. You can see that the bowl is pretty much coated and the brush has a nice amount of lather on it. So I'll just apply directly to my face with the lather. With a heavy beard, I like to apply it a little bit thicker, just to ensure that everything's coated. And I find that if you go away from the nose, not directly up towards it, you will avoid filling your nostrils up with lather. So just go away from it when you're loading your, when you're applying your cream to your face. It's what I call the snowman effect, where everything is covered nicely. You don't see any skin showing through. There you go. Okay, I'll set that down. And I like to clear the runways a little bit just so I can see the end of my sideburns so that I can cut them evenly. Now here's the Dreadnought razor. It's a rebranded Edwin Jagger style razor. It's got the Dreadnought logo etched directly on the top of the razor. And this razor weighs in at 2.7 ounces and it's 3 3/4 inches long. It's got a beautiful smooth barrel. So what I'll do is, it's a 3-piece razor. I'll unscrew the barrel and take the upper 2 pieces apart, and I'll grab my blade. Today I'll be using a feather blade. And now here's the blade. I'll insert the blade over the posts like so. Then I'll insert the safety bar. Make sure you insert it with the ridges facing up towards the blade. You don't want to put it in backwards. And screw it down. And then check your reveal just to make sure that it's even on both sides, which it is. It looks very nice and even. Here's another look at the logo with the blade installed. Okay, so my first pass, I'll just go with the grain, like so. Let's see if we can make quick work of this growth here. And then one side becomes filled, you just switch over to the other side. And the first pass is just straight down. Rinse off as the razor becomes filled with shaving cream. You can really hear the whiskers being sliced off. There's no pulling or tugging with a safety razor as you find with a multi-blade cartridge type razor. This would be hurting if you were using a multi-blade cartridge type. The safety razor slices through cleanly without any pulling or tugging. And under the nose area, just still again north to south. After the first pass, I'm very clean, just as is, but I'll perform one more pass, I'll rinse off, and just to ensure that everything's nice and smooth. And then I'll apply one more coating of shaving cream. Goes on much easier this time because of the fact that all those heavier whiskers have been removed. Now this pass I'll go across the grain from the ear towards the nose. And backhanded this way. Just laying the blade flat across the lip, you can really clean out under the nose. And going in with the corner of the blade right in under the nostril, you can clean it out very nicely. Now my whiskers on my neck, on this side they grow towards my chin, so I'll go against the grain this way. That gets me nice and close. And on this side, they grow back towards my shoulder, away from my chin. So I'll go this way. And your whisker growth pattern, it's likely that'll be different. So you can just feel around with your fingers and feel which way the whisker growth, in what direction it goes, and then if you wish you can shave against it. Shaving against the grain you may experience a little bit of irritation, but that'll afford you the closest shave attainable. Okay, so I just would a little touch up around the lips just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. First I'll rinse with hot water, and then I like to rinse with cold water. Now you can see how it's baby smooth, nice and clean, just with 2 passes. And you still have an option where you could, if you wanted to, you could re-lather, and you could perform another pass either across the grain from the nose towards the ear, or you can even go against the grain in this direction, and that'll get you very close. Again, increasing the chance you may get a little bit of irritation by doing so. So if you're more experienced, it shouldn't be a problem for you doing it against the grain. Now you can go about applying your favorite aftershave, or you can also use an alum block, which is this. You can get this at Shave Nation as well. All you do is rinse it under the cool water for a couple seconds, and then just glide that across your cheeks and all the areas you've shaved. And number one, you'll notice it's a bit stinging in certain areas. If you went a little too harsh on your skin, maybe shaved over the same area a couple times, you may feel a little bit of irritation. This will seal off your pores, and it's a nice finish to your shave. If you have any small nicks, this will also seal them up real quick. So you let that sit on your face just for a few seconds, 10-15 seconds, and then rinse it off with cold water. Now, after I've done that, I will apply some Dreadnought post-shave balm, which is right here. Here's their logo on the jar as well, which is pretty cool. So I like to do this with my face still damp as it is, not dripping, but just a little bit moist. And I will, you can have a look at it. Actually looks a little bit like petroleum jelly, but it is, it's much softer. It's not as thick as petroleum jelly. So just a little bit on the fingers, and you could either rub it together in your fingers. I like to dab a little bit right on the face itself, and then just rub it in that way. So the cream, definitely an excellent cream. It's got a very nice cushion to it. As you can see, the razor glided across it nicely. No problem whatsoever removing the heavy whisker growth that I had. 3 or 4 days worth of whiskers on there. And it had a nice scent to it. Nothing overwhelming. Just a light scent, which is very nice. And now this has a little bit of a smoky scent to it, which is fine. And I will just let it dry, air dry. Again, this is where you can take your barber towel and just air dry your face like so. Or you can grab the door from your medicine cabinet and swing that in front of your face to dry it quickly. Or if you want to get really carried away, plug in your blow dryer and just give it a quick one, and that'll really dry your face. And what this will do, this will dry into your skin and just form an invisible protective layer to protect your face throughout the day, which I like to do, especially when it's cold outside. In the summertime it's good, but I'm not sure if this has any SPF factor to it. It might. I'll have to look into it. That's another good reason that you may want to use an aftershave balm in the summertime. But in the winter, it definitely is a nice invisible layer to protect your face. So I hope you enjoyed the shave of the day, including all the Dreadnought shaving products. You have your pre-shave oil and your shaving cream, and then you have your post-shave balm. And the one thing I haven't mentioned yet is the deodorant, which I've been using this for about a week now, and all I can say about the deodorant, I can sum it up in one word: it's effective. It really works. I've tried many types of different roll-on, glide-on, spray-on deodorants over the years, and I have to say, this is probably one of the best deodorants I've ever used. It's really, again, has a nice light smell to it, a little bit smoky. It dries and you don't even know it's there. It dries clear, so there's no residue. You won't ruin your clothing or anything like that. And as I said, it's effective. It works. So give it a shot. Give it a try. All these things you can pick up at the Shave Nation website, shavenation.com. We actually have a set. It's a full-on set of all the Dreadnought products, including a Shave Nation face cloth with the embroidered logo, with the world famous, this one's all wet and soggy looking, but with the world famous embroidered logo, and you can hang it up on your hook on your door or on your shelf or your cabinet, wherever. So again, I'm geofatboy. Check me out at shavenation.com. Check out all my YouTube videos. I've got about 50 or so videos all regarding shaving, straight razor, safety razor, etc. And find me on Facebook. Like Shave Nation on Facebook. Appreciate that. So have a great shave. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Take care.